Hey, good morning, my friend. It's Patrick Almond. Let's get this party started Monday, August 19th, 9 a.m. Central. Fill up your coffee cups, grab your protein shake, get on your treadmill, do whatever you have to do. We're going to have a good week. I can feel it. I got some stuff to talk about, and I'm in a damn good mood. I'm going to share it with you. See you here in about 4 minutes or so. Good morning, my friends. It's your boy, Patrick Almond from Stop Doing Nothing Media. Monday morning, 9 a.m. Feeling great, feeling good. Hopefully, you have a full cup of coffee in front of you. Hopefully, you are feeling good yourself. Hopefully, you have a good attitude. and we are going to sit here and chat for a while and hang out and just lift each other up. Going to talk a little bit about life, a little bit about marketing. I want to hear about your week. I want to hear about last week. I want to hear about something maybe that's kind of tormenting you a little bit, or something that something good that's happening. Oftentimes good things happen in our lives and we don't get a chance to cheer each other on enough. And that's what I want to do for you, is I want to basically help us kind of all share some news, lift each other up. I see I've got some watchers. Make sure you comment below with where you're watching from and maybe what's in your cup. I've got the, let's see, which cup are we sporting today? The Coffee and Motivation cup, the Stop Fucking Procrastinating cup. These people don't pay me anything, but man, I love their cups. I've got two of them, one from a good friend of mine and one from my daughter. And as you know, I've been taking a break from coffee recently in the interest of health. But this morning, after I got back from the morning walk and I was just feeling, I was like, it'd be really good right now is a cup of coffee. So, like I said, make sure you comment from where you're watching from. If you could help me out and share this show with your friends on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube, that would be great. Let's see, where are we right now? Today is Monday, August 19th, 9 a.m. Central. So what are we at? August is the 8th month of the year. Oh, you know what was really weird? What was on the 16th? Did you know on August 16th, it was like 1 times 8? And then 16 was 2 times 8. And then since we're in the year 24, it was 3 times 8. So it was like 1, 2, 3. For all you math teachers out there, that should have been up on the board. That should have been a cool math thing to happen all day long. I have no idea when that's going to happen again. I guess that would be 9, 18, 20, 2027. Is that when that would happen again? Does that sound right? Anyways, I don't know. Math is actually one of my stronger topics. History I like. Math was really one of my stronger topics in grade school. So math stuff I can do in my head. My mom and I would go to the grocery store, and the guy would ring the stuff up. My mom would give him a 5, a 10, or a 20. And if you've ever been like this, let me know. But like, I could calculate the change in my head. Like if something's 32 cents, I could easily say, bam, 68 cents. It's going to be something and 68 cents or change. Or if something is yada yada 63 cents, I can say, oh, that's going to be 37 cents in change on the other side. So I've always had that number. And the topics I really liked were always the etcheries and the algebras. So I liked algebra. Actually, I told you, I used to cheat in algebra. I'm going to tell you how I did it. But like trigonometry, geometry, those things, I love those things. Algebra was fun because I found a way to cheat in it. Because this is about the time I got, hey, Mark, good to see you, man. Good to see you again, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Algebra, I would cheat. And this is how I would cheat. Right about the time I was learning algebra, I was also learning computer programming. So you nerds, you software development nerds, you're going to like this. What I would do for fun, I mean, I could sit there and figure out that, 9 times y plus 5 times x equals 641, whatever that is. I could figure that out, no problem. What I would do is I would write, back in the day, the software programming language was BASIC, and I would actually write software to loop through all the possibilities of x and y to get to the number on the other side. And so for fun, I would just write rather than just do the math, I would just write the software development. I actually told my math teacher, and he thought that's the creative solution. I still want you to do the math, but he says, by the fact that you know how to do that software development means you know how the math works. You're just going about it a different way. So I thought that was pretty cool also. If you are, I'm not going to say if you're driving. If you're someplace and you can't comment in, you can always text us here, 405-217-4752. If you want to text me your good news. My buddy Ryan, let's see what we got going on here, Ryan. Can't stay long, hopping into the sim. You said hoping. Don't ever hope when it comes to flying, please. Hopping into the sim for my recurrent check ride in 15 minutes. Man, fist bump. I am wishing the best for you. Ryan, I got to hop out to Sundance this weekend. They were doing the Okie Derby there, and I got to hop over there. It's 2 stop signs away. Ryan, you and I should consider doing that sometime, the Okie Derby, because I know you have a plane available. I think I have to rent, but you have a plane available all the time. We should consider doing that. It's like the 3rd week in August every year. So if you're free and you're around, you're not doing a corporate gig, we might consider doing that like next year or something like that. I want to do all kinds of cool stuff with Ryan because he's smart, he's good looking, and he's a pilot, and I can always learn stuff from him. So you guys should make sure you follow Ryan's YouTube channel also because he's going to be putting some new stuff up there pretty soon, I'm sure. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. We were out of coffee. I went and did some grocery shopping yesterday, and this is for those of you, by the way, that are watching for the very, very first time. My name is Patrick Allman. I run Stop Doing Nothing Media, a digital marketing agency. We've been in business a few decades, and I do a live show every Monday, Wednesday, and it was Friday. I have to figure out how to adjust Friday because school has started up again. Not for me, but I also volunteer at a local school from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like 9, 10. And so I don't know what I should do there. I'm open to your ideas. If I should maybe skip that day, if I should go live later, I don't know. But when I was establishing this time here, I totally forgot that school was going to start up at some point, and 9 o'clock was not going to be an option. So again, Ryan, man, I'm sure you'll pass with flying colors, but good luck on the recurrent training. Let me know how it goes afterwards. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about the Friday thing yet. I've got to figure that out. I don't know if I want to maybe change this to like a 6 a.m. show. Would you guys watch if this was a 6 a.m. Central show or a 7 a.m. Central show? I don't know. Give me your feedback. The whole point of this is for me to customize this to fit your schedule. So I'd like to know what you feel there. But yeah, we were actually out of coffee. Went and bought coffee yesterday, and I got some really good things. I want to talk to you a little bit about the grocery stuff before we get into marketing stuff. So my main goal here today on the agenda is to get to some marketing stuff because we are a marketing agency, and I want to help out people in marketing. But I also cover some personal stuff because if I just sat here and talked about marketing all day long, you guys would fall asleep. Okay, marketing sometimes can be pretty boring, so I don't do that like nonstop. Let me see. My good news this week, 6 a.m. That's just about the time in the UK I start to function. 6 a.m. Central. Oh, okay, got it, Mark. I don't want to do that, man. I want you to be wide awake here. I don't want Mark to just barely being able to function. Um, so my week, got a good weekend. Hopefully you did too. I got to do a ruck on Saturday, which I haven't done for a while. And as you know, every single morning I go out and I walk. I put in 3 or 4 miles just to close the magic rings. I am a slave to Apple. I drank that Kool-Aid a long time ago. But it also gets, it's also obviously a good way to wake up if you're walking out at 5:30 in the morning with the possibility of a skunk being in your front yard, which is actually what's happened recently. Um, so every morning when I walk out now, I'm waiting for the skunk, okay? That's what I'm doing. And once I see the skunk's not there, I can start the timer, turn on the flashlight, and we are off and running. So, but Saturday I did one of my, not going to say terribly, terribly long, infamous rucks, but I did like a 4 or 5 mile ruck. I got out, fortunately, before the heat was too terribly, terribly hot. And what I do is this particular route I planned is I put on a weight vest. So I have my shirt. I think I've had a couple of shirts on. My weight vest, which was about, I think it's 12 pounds right now. And then I have a backpack on top of that. So that's probably another, with Gatorades in it, probably another 2 or 3 pounds. And I go do a very long walk. And this one was like 4 or 5 miles, and I set it up. Yeah, just a second, Mark. And I set it up so the walk ended by my gym, at my gym for a workout, which is about zero point 0.6 or 0.7 miles away from the house. And so I did like a 3 or 4 mile ruck, got to the gym. I was already soaking wet by the time I got to the gym. Went inside and did a chest workout. I think I did bench press in the Smith's machine. And these days, for all my weights, I'm curious about my gym buddies, how they feel about this. I'm doing like 100 rep sets. No, I take that back. Not 100 rep sets, 100 rep workouts. Um, uh, well, goodness gracious, Mark. Cool, man. You're on a weight loss goal. That's good to hear. So what I mean by that is I'm doing everything at 100 reps because I'm trying to increase my volume with mediocre weight. Because I'm never going to be, I'm up there in age. I'm never going to be a guy who's probably going to bench, up in the 405s or something like that. I got a buddy, Doug Winter, who can probably easily do that. But so I did 10 sets, 10 sets of 10. And usually I'll do like another exercise in between for another 10 sets of 10. So 200 reps between the two. Saturday, I was a little bit more tired because of I just realized I don't have my lip stuff. My lips are cracking already. I only did one, so I took off the weight vest and the backpack, went over and did 10 sets of 10 on bench with 135 on there, and then put all that stuff back on, went home. And I was pretty exhausted, got cleaned up, and I went out to the local airport to watch a local aviation event. So that was pretty good. If you're ever in Oklahoma City and you want to do one of those with me, let me know. This one was a pretty short one. Like I said, this one was only 3 or 4 miles. There are times where I'll go to downtown Oklahoma City and I'll start up on 23rd by Hertz Donuts and I'll go do, 8, 9, 10 miles in that get up. Um, and right now, I would probably maybe a little bit apprehensive about doing that. I think the heat Saturday or Sunday, the heat got to 106 here. And that would have been insane for me to even try that. Even I know I have no problem walking in the heat and sweating. That doesn't bother me. Every space body has their limits, okay? And I know that would probably really hurt me if I wasn't chugging Gatorade. That just would be unhealthy. But if you are ever in Oklahoma City and you want to get in shape and you just want to walk with me, I almost never jog anymore because it hurts my right knee, but I'll go on long walks and burn crazy calories. And the cool part is in that route downtown is once you get all sweaty and you're done with the workout, I'll start with a donut and a milk, and then I'll go in my car. I'll go to my car right there. I'll take everything off. I'll change my shirt. And then right in the area, there's like a taco place, like a taco and tequila place. And I'll go in maybe for, a quick drink and some Mexican food. So I make sure that my start point and my end point is right by food and restrooms. Very important. Mark, your question. Can I ask what streaming software you are using for these broadcasts, Patrick? Mark, actually, that's Mark. A question I do 100% get a lot. I'm not lying when I say, "Oh, I make it." People always ask me. No, people literally ask me this via DM. This, my friend, is Ecamm for the Mac. ECAMM, and I'm using just the bare bones features of it. This is a simple scene here with some. I have my main camera, my Sony A5100, on top of a cool kind of purple overlay here going on with a little bit of animation. And then I've got the logo down the lower. This is some overlay. So logo in the lower left hand corner, and then actually these are scenes. So at the bottom there, when you see on the lower right, it's right on my side. When you see that text rotating out, I have a series of scenes I built with text and images on it, and you can basically build a bunch of scenes and then say play the scenes in order automatically. So as you see here in a second, it'll switch away from what is on your mind over to something else. And these are just pre-built scenes. There, hit the share button. That's all stuff I pre-built. This stuff can do really cool stuff like multi-camera work and all kinds of other stuff. And for those of you that are interested in this and you may not have a Mac, OBS, I think it's called Open Broadcast System, kind of does the same thing, and that runs on Windows and Mac. But Ecamm is just the people over at Ecamm. That's where I've learned a lot of really great video tips and tricks. Stuff like, microphones, lights, this cool little branded box I got here for those of you that can see that, the Stop Doing Nothing box. Can't think what that's called right there. But where was that going? Oh, so Saturday I did the ruck. And then I came back and I went out and watched some pilots do some cool stuff at an airport about a mile away from me. That was cool. And cool, Mark. Used it a few years ago. We'll revisit again many things. Yeah, I'm in that Facebook group too, Mark. So check it out. Then went to the airport, and then I came home and veg because I was just pooped. And then Sunday, what did I do Sunday? Oh, got up and did my 3 miles, and I went grocery shopping. And I'm actually these days, I have to admit, I'm actually enjoying grocery shopping a little bit. And I think it's because I get to do a little bit of math in my head when it comes to finding my protein. So I'm just a huge consumer of protein these days. And it's always smart when you're in a grocery store to like compare, when you buy in bulk, to compare, oh, what's the price per unit? Am I getting more? Because, for example, I bought some salsa recently, and I found out by buying the bigger thing of salsa, like my price per ounce is cut in half. Yes, the unit itself is more expensive, but the price per ounce of salsa. So that was kind of cool. But my big thing these days is figuring out how much price per serving of protein is, because I'm consuming so much of it. And I've found these microwavable dishes of like roast beef that have like 26 grams of protein for, I can't remember how much it was, but it was really, really cheap. So when I'm buying, meat and turkey and sausage and fish these days, I'm price per serving of protein is what I'm really looking at these days. I'm actually kind of excited about some chorizo. And so later today, I'll be cooking up some chorizo and eggs, and I'll be proteining up, if that's a phrase. Um, I'll be doing that because today is back and leg night at the gym. So I'm looking forward to that. For those of you, and this might interest you, Mark, that are on some kind of weight loss or muscle gain journey, I weighed in Sunday and lost a little bit of weight, which was, it always makes you feel good. And let me see here. It was also good because it's depressing when you're on a journey like that, whether it's a business journey, a financial journey, a relationship journey, a weight loss journey, and and you have setbacks. So I'm looking at my numbers right now. I was on a steady decline. And then 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went up, which was really depressing. And then the week before last, no, 2 weeks ago, I think it is, I dropped again, so I felt good. Bumps are okay. It's the trends that kill you, right? And then last week, previous Sunday to yesterday, I went up again, and then yesterday I was back down again. So my chart is down, down, up, down, which is how progress works. We would love it if I would love it if I could just use consistently 5 pounds every single week for 10, 20 weeks. That would be awesome. But all the inspirational and motivational memes you see online about people think progress works this way and progress really, really works this way. I've got I've got graphical proof that that's how weight loss works. Okay, up and down, up and down, up and down. It just depends on what my body is doing that Sunday when I weigh in, because I wake up Sunday and whatever T-shirt I'm in, and I go to the scale, and that's my number. It could have been heavier or lighter an hour before that, or heavier or lighter 2 hours after that. But the general trend is down, which is really good. My knees are thanking me. My lower back is thanking me. And it's not like I'm a heavy person. If you were to see me, you'd say, "Oh, Patrick," and not too much ego here, but "Oh, Patrick just is built. He's stacked. He's got muscle." Because I can hide a lot of this in my 6'2" frame, but I feel it, and I could look even better if I lost some weight there. So that's my weight loss journey. And I've got some good meat. I've got a couple of steaks this week I bought. I've got some chorizo. Of course, I'm gonna eat eggs like they're going out of style. So that's what's going on my side. And then this week coming up, I've got this live stream for you today and Wednesday for sure at 9 a.m. and Friday I'm not quite sure about. And let me know, out of curiosity, let me know. Mark, I know you do this. Ryan, I know you do this, but let me know if this is like actually something that's like at 9 o'clock U.S. Central. Like, oh, Patrick's going on. I gotta join. I gotta watch. So I know my buddy Ryan told me that, and Mark, you've been on a couple other times too. So let me know. Anybody else that's watching, please leave me a comment just so I get some, because I have a very fragile ego, and I want to know that someone out there in internet land loves me. You like me. You really, really like me. Yeah, don't believe that. The ego's true. The need for validation. Yeah. This week is a pretty average. Thanks, Mark. Is a pretty average week. I got some new clients coming on board, which is going to be pretty cool. And something that kind of popped up in my week last, popped up in my possibility. It looks like it's going to happen. Is here in Oklahoma City this coming Saturday. There is an in-person marketing event. Can you imagine that? People getting together in person and talking to each other. It's an in-person slash marketing slash networking event. And there are going to be spots, there are going to be tables, and I'm going to buy a table. And for those of you, that know, we have a Playmakers platform, which is like an all-in-one CRM, website builder, blog builder, AI, texting, WhatsApp, marketing automation, kind of badass platform. 6 a.m. CET live on Friday. Okay, thanks, Mark. I've uh, goodness gracious, just got a distraction there. So I sell a marketing platform um, that I sell a marketing platform called Playmakers Platform, and we resell high level. And like I said, I'm just sorry, my thoughts got distracted there for a second. Um, but it's just like an all-in-one suite for business. It's just the best piece of software I have seen in a long time, and so that's what I'm promoting there. And so over in the high level group, I've been asking for ideas, and I thought about something. I'd like your thoughts on this. Is I hadn't thought about this before. Is somebody who people who have some event knowledge um, said that one of the things you have to do to stand out is um, is you have to get people to stop and engage. And I'm fairly good at making conversation, but you know what? When your booth is one booth in a series of 10, 25, 50 booths, everyone's trying to get you in and make conversation. So what somebody said there is you have to gamify. You have to gamify. And so what we did is I bought the high level group. You're tremendous help in there. Oh, Mark, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. So one of the things I did is I bought a cornhole game this week, and actually my wife bought the cornhole game for me. It's going to be here today. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the usual stuff. I'm going to have some flyers. I'm going to have text in to get this yada yada yada. This is a Saturday here in Oklahoma City from 10 to 2, I believe. But I'm also going to give rewards for people that, if you can get it in one time, if you can get it in two times, if you get it in three times, um, I'm also going to reward people of that, and that's going to make people stop and want to play a game and going to be cheering on each other, and all that stuff. So that's going to be something interesting. I've never done that before. I've always been, I'm good at pulling people into my booth and talking about what I do, but you know what? Everybody is doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm like, hey, stop by. We have this cool software. Yeah, that's cool, and I can talk to you about it. But I want to give you something. I want to give something away to you. So what I'm going to have them do is number one, I'm going to have them text in to play. Number one, Mark. Mark, by the way, if you want to see this thread, it's inside the Facebook group. I'm going to first of all make them text into my number to play. That's all they have to do. Text in the number, and that's going to kick it off. And they'll say, okay, if you get in the cornhole, then you get this. If you get two, you get this. And then in the process, I'll work in the software, but but I'm going to gamify. So I've never done this before, and so and if the event organizers will allow me, I'm going to bring a TV there and have my obviously my laptop and have some slides and stuff up going. But the whole point is to get them to stop and just hang out in my booth. So that's where I will be this Saturday. You say 10 to 2, but you figure get there 9 a.m. for setup, leave the house at 8:30 or whatever it is. I kind of overplan this stuff, and likely I'll be hanging out afterwards. So that's going to be my Saturday there. It's going to kill me walking the stairs in downtown Oklahoma City with my buddies, but hey, business is business. Got to handle the business, right? So that's what's coming up there. So the thing on my mind today to talk about when it came to marketing, for those of you that tuned in for marketing information or marketing advice, was inspired as I was finishing up my walk today. My buddy Doug Winter texted me. Let's see, what did Doug text me? Doug didn't text me. He messaged me on Facebook. He let me see. What did Doug say? Hey Patrick, do you have any thoughts on how to go into a new geographical territory and most efficiently cover that territory, hitting all the new potential customers efficiently? Mapping software, some kind of techno system for being ultra efficient in time and territory management. By the way, my friends, if you ever want to talk about marketing or software ideas, send them to me, okay? That is what the show content will be built of. Otherwise, it's going to be Patrick talking about chorizo for half an hour, okay, and steaks and his big ass for half an hour. Okay, we're not going to do that. But whenever somebody either asks me for marketing information, like for free, or sends me some ideas, that's the stuff I love to talk about, because this needs to be good for you. So, Doug, my buddy, I don't know if he's watching or not. I'm gonna make him watch the recording for sure. But he's looking for basically cold marketing outreach ideas to reach a new geographical area. We're about 2/3 empty. We got 1/3 to go. This entire show revolves around how much coffee is in this cup, okay, and how hot it is. My goal is to make sure that the last drop is being sipped as I shut down the live, and that it's a cold last drop. I'm kidding. It does not revolve around the coffee. So these are my responses. These are my ideas for my buddy Doug. First of all, I am a huge fan of video marketing. And when you're doing cold outreach like that and you want to reach a new regional area, you need things to be as cheap as possible. Okay. Once you move people, so what he's doing there is called TOF marketing, top of funnel marketing, okay? And he needs to do some cold outreach, but it needs to be very local and very regional. So I had two ideas for him. First of all, it's hard to beat the cost of digital marketing. It is so damn cheap and so damn efficient, okay? Especially videos. So my first response back to him was look at doing some video marketing in the local area. Now, the bad part about video marketing, or in general, is these platforms don't allow you to hyper target. Um, uh, and so you can't get down. I've had people before that say, "Oh, I want to target people in a certain building, or I want to target people in two particular square miles." It can't get that detailed, okay? It just can't. But what the goal of cold marketing, in my opinion, is to cast a very wide net. So what you can do with a cold marketing video campaign is you can um, whip up, I'd say, two or three quick 60-second videos. Make sure each video within the first 3 to 5 seconds starts with something that is eye-catching, something that someone's on the can flipping through videos. They hear your voice for 3 seconds and like, poing. Got to stop and watch that. Okay, headlines. So basically, the first 3 to 5 seconds in video marketing is the same thing as a headline on a landing page. That thing has to stop and catch your attention at any cost. Okay, so my advice would be someone who's going to a new market, um, make it three. Don't just do one. I always like 2 to 3, so you can rotate them out and see which one really gets attention. Of course, each one's going to have a different opening segment there, um, and then you just go on the platform and you do whatever targeting you can, but you use those videos. Okay, my best rate for video ad marketing has been 1/1000th of a penny. Was it 1/1000th of a penny? I think that's what it was. It was 0.0001. So I guess it'd be 1/1000th of a dollar, excuse me, per video view, okay? Are you kidding me with that? You know how disgustingly cheap that is? You're paying, what is that, 1/100th? I think that is 1/100th. So it'd be yeah, that would be, see, that would be 1/10th of a penny. That'd be 1/10th of a penny, excuse me, 0.000. I'm trying to do math in my head while I'm looking at the camera. Um, so I think that'd be 1/10th of a penny. Someone correct me on that. It was point three zeros and a one. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that would be a tenth of a penny because 0.01 would be a penny. 0.001 would be a tenth of a penny. No, point zeros. Yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter if it was a penny. It's dirt cheap. And this is true on Facebook as well as YouTube. YouTube, a little bit more expensive, but a little more expensive. We're talking, 5 cents per video view versus less than a penny per video view. This, unless somebody tells me that this is a 100% no-brainer, this is my first idea when it comes. Of course, you can do it nationally, and of course, you're going to target based on what you can target. These ad platforms are really good unless you cast a wide net. And then what you do is you just put a budget into cranking out and getting as many video views as possible, and then you kind of come back and you retarget those people. Okay, 1/10th of a penny. Thank you, Mark. I just couldn't do the math in my head. But then you come back and you retarget these people. Retargeting is when you basically show an ad to someone based on them viewing or interacting with a previous ad or engaging on your website. So you can, let's say you have a Facebook ad campaign running. My buddy Doug, let's say he has a Facebook ad campaign running. He puts in some measly amount, like $5, $10, $20 a day. Gets, that's going to get you hundreds, if not thousands of views. And then he can come back later, build what's called an audience based on those video views, and then he'll talk about those people with the same video views or with almost like a little step down in the funnel. So top of funnel, very cold, and then retarget, retarget. Because once you start getting people watching that video ad over and over and over, you have what's called the Coke phenomenon. And I think a while back, this is early in my marketing career, I read that, the average person sees X number of impressions of Coke every single day. That's how Coke has designed their marketing. They want that Coke logo to be on the Coke can, on food, on billboards, on the Coke machine. They want that because they can occupy space in your brain. So, you know what I'm doing? I'm talking to you right now on the internet. I am occupying space in your brain. Okay, this is part of my marketing. Gotcha. Bet you didn't know that, did you? But yeah, I would, if you're doing cold marketing, I would do cold video views on Google, cold video views on ad as your very, very top of funnel. That is one idea. Excuse me. And then, I'm not going to talk about further down in the funnel. That would be a whole other video, a whole other 2 videos. My second idea, Doug, which would be a little bit more targeted, a little bit more old school, would be a postcard campaign. You can go, and I'm going to speak here in the U.S. from a U.S. perspective. In the U.S., you can go to places like the Post USPS website, and you can do a targeted postcard campaign. Thank you. You can do a targeted postcard campaign to a certain zip code, okay? And that would get you a little bit more targeted. But of course, the way that marketing works in general is that the more targeted you get with something, the more expensive it's going to be. So postcards, they got to print them front and back. So they can be more expensive. But the nice part is you can do all this online and never physically touch or deal with the postcard. My advice would also be to make sure that you don't just do one postcard. I would assume I would plan for at least 5 postcards to try to get someone's attention. But you can do that all from your computer. I can sit here with Canva or whatever and design the postcard. I can log into the USPS website. I can say I want to target 5,000 people in a local zip code like 73102. And here's my 5 designs, and I want them mailed out a week apart. And I don't have to touch the postcard. I don't have to go to a local Kinko's. Does Kinko's even exist anymore? I'm not even sure they exist anymore. I don't have to do any of that mess. I can just do that from my computer, okay? And those are the 2 ideas I really have this morning. If you have some other cold marketing ideas from my buddy Doug, please drop them in the comments there. But I'm looking at efficiency and very much top of funnel work, and that stuff needs to be cheap. Yes, Mark. That stuff needs to be as cheap as possible. TOF. For those of you that are kind of new to marketing, you have TOF, MOF, and BOF. You have top of funnel marketing, you have middle of funnel marketing, and you have bottom of funnel marketing. And as you go down, your budget should increase because these people are getting, I'm not going to say they're more and more qualified, but there's more of an interest. And if you have the chance to spend more money and energy on somebody, you should do it middle of funnel or bottom of funnel. And so that would be my idea there. Like I said, if you have any other ideas for my buddy Doug, please definitely drop them below. But that's what I would do. Cheap Facebook video. And you know what? Yeah, cheap Facebook video views, cheap YouTube views. If you want some more information on either one of those, or you just want to engage our agency to do them for you, I'm going to blatantly plug my ass here and say text us at the number that you see on the screen sometimes, 405-217-4752, and let's set up a conversation. I am the least pressured salesman that you will ever talk to in your life. I'm like, you want to do this? Let's do this. If not, here's some free information. Let's move on. But if you do want to do some top of funnel marketing there, let me know, because I've got a platform for you. I've got the strategy for you, and I've done this, I don't know how many hundreds of times, set up, top of funnel campaigns there. So I would love to do that for you. Okay, my buddy Mark here from the high level world, for those of you that are high level nerds, high level CRM is our platform of choice. Have you ever used WP Fusion to two-way sync data between high level and WP? So good question, Mark. Let's get this on the screen. Let me see if I can. So first of all, can I pause? Can I pause my little, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to make sure I go to that slide, and then I can go over to Mark's question and put this on the screen. So the thing is as I have those slides in rotation, if I drop Mark's question on a slide, it'll rotate automatically, and I want all of you to see it here. Have you ever used WP Fusion to two-way sync data between high level and WP? I'm looking at using it to sync my WP membership portal with HL. Well, first of all, for those of you that are not nerdy like Mark and Patrick, let's make sure we get these acronyms out of the way. HL is high level. That's a CRM that Mark and I absolutely adore. WP is going to be WordPress, okay? WP Fusion is a tool that syncs data in between various industry CRMs and WordPress, like user accounts, custom fields, things like that, tagging, things like that. And it's managed by a buddy of mine who wasn't a buddy at one point. Interesting story there. I can't remember who the goodness gracious it slips my name. So forget that. So in a heartbeat, Mark, I'm going to say WP Fusion. Oh heck to the yes. Okay. I was not a big WP Fusion fan when I first learned about it. Okay, this was back in my Infusionsoft days. This is when I first learned about WP Fusion. And back in those days, I was using some of the more dedicated tools like Memberium and some of the other tools that did two-way integrations between Infusionsoft and and WordPress. Okay, I just like, and this guy would pop up in these Infusionsoft Facebook groups and say, "Don't do it using that. You do it using WP Fusion." I was like, "Dude, you suck. You need to use Memberium or something like that." And then I had some kind of project where I was looking at the features of WP Fusion. Jack Arturo, that's the guy. Just popped into my head. Jack Arturo is the author of WP Fusion. And I gave WP Fusion a try. And man, Mark, I got hooked fast. So I'm 100% in for WP Fusion. Please definitely do use it. I have used it on various CRMs, including High Level, and I absolutely love it. It is one of the best tools right now if you want to have any kind of dynamic ability inside of a WordPress site. And here are the kind of things you can do with it. Obviously, you can sync custom fields, name, address, products purchased, things like that. But where the real power of WP Fusion comes in, cool. And by the way, Mark, I think you can use like WP Fusion at a very basic level. I think like up to 100 users for free. So you don't have to pay for it like day one. You can use it for up to a certain number of users for free. But the real power in WP Fusion, and Mark, just take this in consideration, is if you have the right page builder inside of WordPress, you can dynamically control content based on tags. And this is what matters. So I don't know what, Mark, let me know what page builder you're using. I was using Thrive page builder, and I switched to Divi. And this is one of the reasons why. It's because in Divi, WP Fusion is Divi aware, and Divi is WP Fusion aware. So when you're building, for those of you that are page designers, you know that you have rows and columns and text box and images, standard page designer stuff. If you're using WP Fusion with Divi, inside of Divi, you can go into any one of these sections or blocks of stuff, section, row, column, whatever it is, and you can say, only show this if a person has X tag from the CRM. So now you can build these really cool custom portals and show content based on what tags someone has. This is something that a high-level CRM cannot do natively. So when people always complain about the high-level, CRM user portal or course portal, I always say, well, if that doesn't work for you, then go build it in WordPress. Use WP Fusion, because the sky is the limit. Because in WordPress, you can obviously customize whatever you want. You can customize every single thing in WordPress. You combine that with a CRM where you can apply tags over in the CRM, and then the content for the user changes dynamically based on the tags. Sign me up. So do me a favor, somebody, hop over into the WP Fusion Facebook group and let Jack Arturo know that I gave him some kudos. But yeah, it's amazing. So using Thrive, let's put your other comment up here so I can read it out loud for everyone that wants to see it. So using Thrive, this doesn't work with Thrive last time I checked, because I used to be a big Thrive themes person also. Using Thrive and Elementor, but looking to move to Astra or Spectra now, but we'll look into what's needed to get it working best. I love Thrive. Honestly, they are just getting too expensive to run more than 5 sites nowadays. Cool. Yeah, look at Astra or Spectra, or go into the WP Fusion Facebook group, Mark, and ask if it can, if the elements in Astra or Spectra have a place where you can put like a tag ID. So I use Divi, Mark, okay? And in Divi, I can pick a text box or an image or a row, and all that, how you customize all the stuff for it. There's a place in there inside of Divi that says, what tag ID do you want to use to conditionally show or hide this? Hopefully Astra or Spectra has that. I have to admit I haven't used either one of those, but I know Thrive doesn't have it last time I checked, and Divi does, which is why I became a Divi guy. I bought a Divi lifetime license a while back, Mark. So good question, Mark. I thought you were going to throw a wild API integration question at me, and I was going to have to kind of wing it there, but you actually, okay, cool, Mark. Yeah, I thought you were going to throw like a wild, API 2.0 question at me. That's an easy one, Mark. You happen to ask me something I know a lot about, and that doesn't happen a lot in this world. There are plenty. I don't know 90% of the stuff, but Mark hit my tech sweet spot there. And so for any of my friends that really want to do some really cool technical stuff, or if you don't have a CRM, or if you're somebody who is using WordPress and you're sick and tired of WordPress, or if you're using, MailChimp or Constant Contact or any of those, and you're sick and tired of getting your WooCommerce site to work with to work with Constant Contact, and getting that to talk to your WordPress site, and then doing your courses over in Kajabi. If you are tired of that stupid mess of a tech stack, reach out to me either via DM, comment here, or text the office 405-217-4752, and I will get you hooked up. As a matter of fact, I will get you hooked up from day one, and we have to pay anything. I'll just give you the platform and say, hey, play with this for a week. What do you think? If you like it, let's get you set up on a paid plan. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. I mean, that's how much I love this platform and how much I want to see you succeed. So I'm really looking forward to the event this Saturday. The cornhole game should arrive here pretty soon, and I just got to kind of get my, I got to print up a flyer, got to get a QR code, got to set up not a short code, but something for people to text in to basically kind of get them hooked at the event. These days, I'm doing a lot more SMS marketing, not that much email marketing, because it's so easy to get that up and running. But yeah, I'm kind of stoked for this week because Saturday I've got this whole thing cooked up. I was also concerned a little bit about what I was going to wear on Saturday. I've been described as that typical metrosexual. I'm very concerned about my hygiene and how I look. And I think I'm going to go very casual. I'm going to find almost like dress Hawaiian for my booth on Saturday. So let me know what you think about that. Again, for those of you just tuning in at the end, my name is Patrick Allman from Stop Doing Nothing Media. We run this show 3 times a week. Right now it's going to be Monday at 9 a.m., which is today, August 19th at 9:48 Central, Wednesday at 9 a.m., and for the most part it was Friday at 9 a.m., but I'm going to have to adjust that schedule. I just want to make sure it's a regular schedule. Maybe I can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 a.m., and that way we can front load all the content for the week and get a lot of this Q&A stuff done, and then we can give everyone a break Thursday or Friday. That's what I may do. That's what I may do right there. Coffee? It's getting there. Not quite cold, but kind of that temperature where cool. SMS marketing is on my hit list for my new Real Entrepreneur launch in September. Mark, kind of curious, are you going to make it to Dallas here in the end of October for the high level conference? That's where I'm planning on heading down. I think it's the 3rd week in October. It's actually a 3-hour drive for me, so it's a fun 3-hour drive. I know where all the Starbucks are and the truck stops are on the way down, but the high level headquarters and the event is a 3-hour drive. So I'm probably going to get a hotel room or an Airbnb down there and be down there for 3 or 4 days. 3 or 4 days hanging out. Hopefully, Mark, you will make it. I know it's going to be a heck of a long haul there from the UK. For those of you that are kind of tuning in towards the end of the broadcast here, I still appreciate you. Share your good news in the comments and share where you're watching from. I just really want to see you guys succeed and have a good week, and I love cheering for you. Mark, you know what Mark deserves? Mark deserves, let's see if I can, I can't do it there, but over here on all my cold tech stuff, there we go. We can doing some really good stuff. Or maybe the part right here. because Mark was good enough to engage and ask a really smart question there, Mark. Thank you very much. For the rest of you, have a great Monday. If you need anything, you know how to text me. Okay, you know how to reach out to me. Let me help you out personally or professionally. But for now, I am going to hop off, finish the cup of coffee, see what emails have come in because email rules are alive, and then I see a pretty big chorizo and egg breakfast in my future at some point. I'd make myself sick on chorizo. Let's see what Mark said. Not at the moment. I used to fly in the States, but traveling is something I have to figure out these days. Okay. Okay, Mark. All good, man. All good. You know, we're online buddies. We're going to make things happen together. So, again, thanks for the WP Fusion question. Get over in that WP Fusion Facebook group and ask Jack Arturo. That guy, it's one of those people online that I used to find annoying who I absolutely love now. He has really good tech support in that Facebook group. So make sure you join over there also. So, everyone have a great day. I appreciate every single one of you watching. As always, please do me a favor, subscribe on YouTube, share the show with friends. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you Wednesday morning, my friends, okay? Talk to you soon. Take in your water, have a bunch of protein today. Talk to you soon.